Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Nifty Show. So today I haven't really disclosed my profit or loss for the day in my trading journal, unlike the previous days, because I realized whatever profit or loss that I make is not going to make any impact on you. It's not going to be of any advantage to you. So it's better that I share the key takeaways of the day and probably disclose what the trade outcome was at the end of the day, at the end of the video. So before that, I just want you to get real insight as to how the trader mindset operates, and so that is the reason why I have not disclosed the profit. But you'll get to know that at the end of the video. So watch it till the end. So come on, let's get to the terminal. Yeah. So as you can see, the market was in a 100-point range yesterday. Yeah. So the range, yeah, 100-point range. Okay. So the market was in 100-point range, and so it was relatively it was consolidating yesterday. So we were expecting a good move on either side, uh, and it in the first hour itself we saw a gap opening of close to 0.5%, and in the initial few minutes we saw a little profit booking happening, but the market kept on rising up till a point where the price was already 1% up. And as you can see, we our trading model, my trading model particularly works on trend lines. So I work on descending, but it has two legs. Not even I would not call it leg, because you would confuse it with option sellers. So I just operate on two patterns: ascending trend line and descending trend line. Wherever I spot them, I take a trade, or basis my conviction, basis the parameters that I assess the trend line on. If I get a trigger, I just take a trade. Otherwise, I don't even look for other patterns. Even if I see them right in front of me, there are other systems that I used to follow before, but now I have stick to just one, and I'm testing this strategy for good 2-3 months now. So yeah, so let's get back to the analysis part. So as you can see, we can see a good ascending trend line right here. See that is the ascending trend line. That trend line was actually a high conviction trend line for me, because and I generally entered on retest, but today I entered right on the breakout because it was tested several times, and that gave me the conviction that okay, the breakout might actually sustain and give a high momentum rally. And like needless to say, after that breakout, the price plummeted close to 115 points. So yes, this is how high conviction works. If you see certain parameters, you set certain parameters for yourself, and if you see that parameter is being picked, you take a trade or you skip that trade. As simple as that. And that is exactly what I did. Although you could ask that why I exited, you know, I think I didn't even cash in on one third of the rally, because my system didn't allow me to. My system operates on a very tight point based levels. So I generally trade next weekly ATM option. The reason why I trade next weekly is because of the theta decay being negligible, and not negligible, but being lesser compared to the current week expiry. And second reason being that the second reason for me choosing an ATM is because it falls in my range. I generally trade. I generally try to get a contract that is somewhere in the range of 1500, 150 to 200. That's my range generally based on the Vega. I will not even get to that detail. Based on the current ongoing option premium, sometimes it could be inflated to somewhere around 200, or sometimes, and majority of the time it would trade like I said, in next weekly ATM option with a strict stop loss of 4 points, just 4 points. The reason why I was so specific about the range, the price range 150 to 200, is because my stop loss is fixed for 4 points. No matter what the outcome might be, I my stop loss is always fixed to 4 points. So it's my job to plan my entry in such a way that my stop loss acts as a defense and not get hit instantly, and that works in majority of the cases because let's say if I and since it is an ATM option, the delta is generally dwindling around 0.5. So 0.5 means if I am setting a stop loss of 4 points on option contract, I'll set a stop loss of 8 points. So I would enter at such a point wherein my stop loss is of 8 points spot and 40 points on option. Sorry, on 40 points target on spot. So this is how I elaborate my system. So you can see I had the price was at around 70,591 when I entered, and the next week expiry is the monthly expiry, and since it was 17,590, so I entered at 70,590 and entered at 70,590, and the ATM contract that was there at that point of time was Nifty October 17,600p. So that is what I had on my watch list. I immediately entered, and so see, like I said, I entered at 170.75 and exited at around 183. So you might ask, if I keep a target of 20 points, why did I exit it so early? So I'll answer that with the chart itself. As you can see, my stop loss and my target, since I keep like I mentioned, I keep a stop loss of 4 points on option and 8 points on spot. So this is where I kept this was my entry. I kept a stop loss of 8 points and I kept a target of 40 points, and as you can see, my target was already hit at 11:34. So why did I wait for another 20 minutes to wait for my outcome, to book my profits? The reason why I did so is because today, because of the choppiness, the constant up and down, back and forth, 0.52, it was not really working in my favor. Although my spot target got hit way before, I still had to wait for good, how much, 20 minutes more in order for me to hit the target, the option to hit the target, sorry. And that was the reason, like I just mentioned. Although the spot target was hit way before, we were lagging behind in option. So despite a good movement in spot, the movement was not quick enough, and the reason of that quick move is what affected my option premium. So technically, if there's a quick move, volatility acts in my favor, and we see a huge upsurge in the option premium. But that was not the case today. I had to wait for a good 1 hour for my trade, and theta decay came in the picture because the price was moving up and down constantly. So that actually affects the the premium. So it generally, if there's a good one-sided momentum, the option generally acts pretty well for option buyers. But today was option seller days. So yeah, so that was it. तो जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं, आपको ये पता चल रहा है कि ये पूरा जो ट्रेंड लाइन था, इसको ब्रेकआउट हुआ, हालांकि काफ़ी अच्छा वो परफॉर्म किया, बट इट took good, how much, 10:50 to almost, so it took good 4 to 5 hours to give a move of 100 points. So in this case, although the price would have gone up, the option premium would have gone up, but the pace that it would have, mm, जिस पेस से ऊपर जा रहा होगा, वो पेस, आई थिंक दैट वुड नॉट रियली बी इन फेवर ऑफ option buyers. If you're expecting the price to move 50 points and you expect the delta to work in your favor, it was not actually hand in hand today. So a lot of other Greeks came into the play, and it ruined the entire. I will not complicate this video, so I would not even get into in depth about the Greeks today. So this was a trade outcome. And as you can see, although I keep a 20 points target, despite the price moving 20 points in my favor, I still had to book just around 12 something points. So this was, so like I said, I keep a stop loss of 4 points. I book at 4 points. I book a target of around 20 points. So that's 1:5 correct reward. But today I just booked around, how much, this 170 12 points. So technically my risk reward for today was around 1:3 point something. So like I said, I need to add a corollary, because in cases like this, I was anyway feeling jittery because it took so long for the outcome to arrive, and I didn't really feel like it's worth the energy to stay in the trade and take loss at the end. So for the greater good, I exited my position, although the target did get hit in some time, but I think it was not worth the effort. So I just exited, and yeah, so that is how I made 612.5 rupees trading Nifty today. So yes, this is the trade outcome. This was a profit that I made today. Let me just do the maths for you. How much return did I make? Okay, so it's embarrassing. The My laptop is embarrassing me. I've not embarrassed myself enough already. Pardon the jokes, the lame jokes. So yeah, so like I said, first let's see how much investment we have made. So the price was 170.75. One lot. Okay, so the three calculator that has opened up. One lot, that is a free quantity. So we'll multiply. So this was the investment. So what we'll do is we'll divide the profit with this much investment. 612.5 divided by 8537.5. All right. So this was 7.17%. So this was the trade outcome for today. Although it was not the best, but I didn't end my day in losses. So I would call it a win-win. I made 7.17% returns, and so yes, that's about it. 7.1%. No, in the case when the trade was not even in my favor, it was working according to how I analyze it to be. But the option was not really working in my favor, and it's okay. A part of the game. You win some, you lose some, you stay in between and some. That's another thing that I've added. So yeah, so 7.7%. Good 1 hour it took today. So that is a PNL for today. I had shared it. So coming back to the thumbnail, so like I said, that's 7%. That was in the range of 5 to 10%, and I've made it in few minutes itself. So less than an hour. So it's again technically 59 minutes to be precise. And I had made this kind of return doing this, but this is not a single day effort. I've been doing it for past some time now. I have met failure. I've met failure in different systems. It's not even failure. I thought that probably I should move on with this because this is not really working in my favor. So that's the call that I have made after a series of failures. This is the outcome that we are discussing today. So it's not a one day's effort, and the reason why I would not really suggest to watch any such videos wherein someone guarantees that they can provide like around 5 to 10% within minutes. I would not even buy for days or even months, because in months I would still agree because they can probably suggest some instrument wherein you get pretty high decent, but there is no guarantee. Remember that no one can guarantee you any return. Even mutual fund companies cannot guarantee you returns. They just work on historical performance, and that is the only base for you to decide whether or not you should go for it. So yes, that was the trade for today, and the video, and I'll call it a wrap. I'll catch you in the next one. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon to never miss an update, and keep supporting my initiative. I'll keep sharing my learnings with you, and hope to see you in the next one.